Welcome back. I'm Bragur with Bragur Streaming. Now, you may have noticed in the most recent update that there have been a lot of changes to operator balancing. So we're going to be going over Echo and all the changes that happened to him. So let's get started. Echo is rated as a level 3 difficulty operator. His gadget is the yokai drone, which can be driven around the map and pushed up onto the ceiling where it can stay in place even after you get off of the drone. The drone releases a disorienting sonic burst that can just really make it difficult in general for the attackers. One of the biggest changes that they've made with Echo here is he got changed from a 2-speed 2 armor operator to now a 1-speed 3 armor operator. I'm not sure if this is a nerf or a buff, but Echo's going to be a little chunkier now. But one of the biggest buffs that he did get this season was that he got a buff to his main weapon. Echo is equipped with the Supernova and the MP5 SD. The Supernova is a great shotgun. However, the MP5 SD just got a major buff in that you are now able to equip magnified optics. That is an insane buff for Echo, all right? Magnified optics on defense have been a completely overpowered item. Now, I understand it is necessary to have them, but Ubisoft is struggling right now in trying to figure out who deserves a magnified optic and who doesn't, and they've been switching them around everywhere. So, for the time being, Echo has magnified optics. That could change in the future, but for the time being, he has them. Take advantage of it. For Echo secondaries, he's got the Bearing 9, which is a really good machine pistol, and he also has the P229, which is an absolutely amazing pistol. For secondary gadgets, Echo can bring either impact grenades or deployable shield. Both of these are completely overpowered items, making Echo have one of the best defensive loadouts in the game. Echo's MP5 SD is an absolute beast of a weapon with very low recoil. I mean, you can paint pictures with this thing. The big trick here with the MP5 SD is not the firepower or the high rate of fire or the ability to just paint pictures with weapons. No. The big change here is that he now has an ACOG optic, all right? This is going to allow you to take fights at distance, being able to hit with great accuracy onto attackers. Really is a game-changing loadout. Now, you might think holding angles with Echo is probably not a good idea because of his drones, and that may be true. But using the drones to get the information and then holding a long angle where you know attackers are going to be pushing is going to be way overpowered. So my suggestion for you in this new meta is to bring the MP5 SD with the ACOG optic on there. Bring the Bearing 9 and impact grenades. Don't be hiding behind a shield in some corner somewhere. Only bring the shield if you actually have an angle to hold or if you're going to be giving it to a teammate. Otherwise, bring the impacts. They're much better. One thing that I definitely suggest for you is you have 2 yokai drones. Let's leave one of them in sight. I usually like to set them up on top of tall things like the airplane here in Aviator Room. And another one I'll set outside somewhere where I can drive it around. Now, you will see a lot of Echo players that will go hide in random rooms around, and that is definitely okay if you're good at holding your own perimeter, right? The other option that you have is to sit in sight where your teammates can help and protect you, and you're going to be driving your Echo around looking for the attackers, trying to figure out which way they're coming from. If the attackers do get into sight, you can use your drone that you have placed up above in order to deny the attackers and deny the plant. Drones used to be cloaked, but that is not the case anymore. Any attacker that can see your drone will shoot it. That's why I like to hide them up on top of things. Or other options that you have for hiding these drones and keeping them safe are putting them directly above doorways, where they will be harder to see from anybody that's passing through. They'll have to turn all the way around to see the drone and shoot it. And it'll still give you the opportunity to EMP or Sonic Burst, I guess, not EMP. Sonic Burst anybody trying to plant. So using one drone to defend sight, you're going to use the other drone to check the perimeter. This drone's going to be flying around finding enemies. Once you find somebody, you're going to ping them out to your teammates, get a drone ready, and when your teammates go to push them, you're going to Sonic that person so that your teammates then can push with the advantage of knowing that the enemy has been disoriented, thus giving them the advantage. When I was first learning how to do this, it took me a while to figure out how to put drones on top of shelves and stuff. But for you, you have the advantage of having the throw marker. What you want to do is line it up so that you're throwing onto the ceiling and the line comes down, going on top of whatever object you're wanting to throw the drone on. Then when you release it, your drone will be safely up on top of a shelf. Each yokai drone has 2 charges. that will disorient attackers and knock them off of any devices that they're on, cameras or anything else. Even planting the diffuser. You can stop an attacker mid-plant using a yokai drone. Now, the yokai drones will recover these two sonic bursts every 15 seconds. It will recover one new one every 15 seconds. So you can set it up, hit a burst, move to a different location, hit another burst, but then you have to wait till the end of the 15 seconds in order to have another burst to use. Good work. Nicely done. Let's talk about a couple common mistakes that I see with Echo. First off, map knowledge is extremely important with Echo. As you can see in this clip, I get a little bit lost. I can see the twitch coming down the stairs here, and I forget which hallway this is. So when I stand up to go rescue the Legion, who's been downed, I get in a little bit of a surprise gunfight. The takeaway from this is that you need to know where your drones are at in relation to where your operator is at. That way, when you pull down the drone and you stand back up and you go to get back into the fight, you can act on the information you've collected from your drones. Another mistake that I see Echo players make is not sharing information with their teammates. See, take a look at this clip. I spot Blitz pushing up on my position, and instead of like informing my team and saying, hey, he's over here, I decide to take this fight all by myself. And fortunately I win, but I should have played it differently.
Op 4, last operator standing. Op 4 eliminated.
So the takeaway from this is that you should always share information with your teammates. That way, if you're killed, your teammates aren't scrambling for 15 seconds, trying to figure out where you got killed from while you're raging about how you should have won that fight. In this next clip, I do everything right. I'm communicating with teammates, and I know exactly where the enemies are at in relation to where I am at, and you can see how it goes.
One on gym window.
They just droned you, Glad, right here. Drone. He's gonna swing you. I'm gonna hit him. Yokai. The drone's still right here, Glad.
Dang it. I died trying to get that drone. Shouldn't have swung.
So in conclusion, Echo is breaking the meta by having an ACOG, and it should be abused. Echo has 2 yokai drones that can produce sonic bursts and gather intel on the enemy team, and he's now been changed to a 1-speed 3-armor operator. I want to thank each and every one of you that made it all the way to the end of this video. If you watched all the way to the end, go ahead and type "this video's the best" in the comment section down below. You guys are amazing. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you on the next live stream.